On our journey across America, we stayed just outside of Joplin, Missouri in Carthage at Camp Casa on the Route, a brand new RV park, and we interviewed the owner, Stephanie.
When I first envisioned it, the Route 66 just didn't dawn on me.
Yeah.
It really didn't until after, we bought it, and, like I said, I guess in my planning process, it, kind of came to me that, oh wow, we are on 66. So then that's when the Camp Casa was the original name. Once the Route 66 dawned on me, I was like, well, we have to do something with the route, Yeah. And so then that's where Camp Casa on the route came in. So cool. Yeah, so like I said, it was, everything just really kind of came together. Like I said, the Camp Casa, like I said, it evolved because of the Los Amigos bar, which was, that was what all the locals know this property as. When we first told everybody that we was buying it, and they're like, "Oh, you mean Los Amigos?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's where we're, And they're like, "What?" Because, like I said, it was in such a dilapidated state that it was, beyond anybody's comprehension to, that you could do anything with it.
So, whose idea was it to do the RV park here?
Definitely
Yours?
Mine. I say mine, and like I said, and I definitely have a strong faith. I hesitate to just say, oh, I'm a Christian, because there's a lot of people that claim to be Christians that I don't think is necessarily accurate, but I have a very strong faith. I drove by this place every day, and I just kept thinking, man, what could somebody do with that? Honestly never had the intention it would be us. And then, like I said, I don't know, I tell people, God put it on my heart. It was just like, bam. It was like, man, that would be a great RV park. And then everything else just fell into place.
When things are right, that's how it happens too.
Yeah, and like I said, so, and like I said, and that was my whole thing, when I would see the property in the state that it was, it was sad to me. Because like I said, it is God's land, it is beautiful, and it wasn't beautiful. It was being deprived of what it could be. And like I said, and even at that point, I didn't know, I didn't have the stories that I have now of the people that have stopped and have shared, oh, I remember, when I was this tall, and, we lived right back there, and, I used to come up here, and, like I said, we have a friend that he stood right here in this room one evening and just had goosebumps. He said, I remember eating my first Dorito in here, because Doritos had just came out. And, but like I said, it was a family oriented place. It was a mobile home park, and people raised their families. And it was a clean park, and it was just a good, wholesome environment.
So this was a little place that was in front of.
This was a gas station.
Okay.
Originally, and like I said, and you can kind of tell from that's where the gas pumps and everything were.
Yeah. We've done some wonderful things with it. The bathhouse is immaculate.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
The way you got it decorated in there.
Thank you. And like I said, and to me, like I said, that was our number one goal was to clean the property up. Yeah. So that, we've accomplished that. My second goal is to have a place that everybody, like I said, that's kind of our, our little motto, feels like home, maybe even better. And I want it to be somewhere that I would want to go and I would want to stay. And so the only way you can do that is to have, a nice clean environment that's, modern, has the amenities that, and like I said, I guess people don't expect that when they're camping. It's been a long time since I've been camping, and we never had those amenities, but yeah. I always hated, I love camping. I love being outside. I hated using the bathhouse when we went camping.
You get to share it with bugs.
The smell. And like I said, nothing, against the people that have those places, because I don't think no matter how much you clean them, they're just set up and designed, they're not climate controlled. So you're always going to have
Right.
that, the critters. And, I don't share my space well with critters. So.
Well, that's lucky for us, because then we won't have to when we use your shower house. So
Exactly. And like I said, and to me, just like right now, I mean, we're new enough. We don't have, that much traffic, but no matter what, the bathhouse is going to be cleaned on a daily basis, just as if it was being used no matter what, because like I said, we obviously have, we have our life savings in this. And so I need it to stay like it is. And the only way I can do that is by taking care of it. And like I said, the only way I can know that people are comfortable using it is by taking care of it. So.
Did you guys put the pool in from scratch, or was
We
there
did.
something already there?
Nope.
Okay.
We put it in.
It's a perfect size pool, I think, for something like this.
Thank
for
you.
cooling off.
And that's what it is.
That's it.
Like I said, will we have, people traveling through with kids? Probably. But our goal was to, just like I said, nobody else could envision what I had envisioned. I had it up here. I knew.
You had the vision.
I had it. I knew exactly what it was going to be. With the exception, in my mind, the rows were going to go this way instead of this way.
All the sites full hookup?
Yes.
How many you got?
We have a total of 35. We have 25 pull-through and 10 back-end sites.
Okay.
And they're all full hookup, 50, 30 amp, full sewer, water at all locations.
Nice wide and nice long sites too.
Yes.
I noticed that.
Yes, and like I said, that was one of our, ultimate requirements in, planning it. They had to be nice, accessible sites for people to easily pull in and out of.
Yeah.
Without having a lot of complications. So.
It's nice to have a big grassy area too.
Yeah,
That
and
is your yard, so to speak.
and we're working on that. like I said, brand new construction. Like I said, some of the areas were just completely dozed to the nitty gritty, and so we're still trying to. And there's some sites that we need to actually. We'll probably have to bring in some dirt and build it back up, because we had some monsoons during the construction, and so it just washed. There was no erosion control with all the grass gone, and so we, like I said, we had some, monsoons that came through when we were in the middle of construction.
What are you going to do? You were telling me, and your husband Dale was telling me too, about the back end and making a dog play area.
We are, like I said, technically we're kind of saving the back sites, or the back area right now for future expansion. But just catty corner from the last road of the park is a corner area that we're wanting to fence all that entire corner off and make it a dog run. And like I said, we will probably split it half and half for small and large, or maybe a quarter and a three, to accommodate, because like I said, different sized dogs probably don't need to be in the same pen.
And some dogs don't get along with other
Yes.
dogs, so it'll be
Yeah.
nice
Yes.
to have the barrier.
Right.
Yeah, we've been to a couple places where they've had that two sectioned off, one big one with a section, so that if one dog doesn't like the other or doesn't like other dogs, which happens a lot, which
Right.
amazes me that people that travel with dogs have dogs that don't get along with other dogs.
Yeah, that I guess you can't control their personalities.
Not
and-
always, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, and like I said, I also want to put a dog wash. That is another top priority of mine. I'm not sure that it's Dale's top priority, but I really do. I think that's important because, like I said, just like our dogs at home, because we have no yard, and so every time it rains, the dog goes outside. Dog comes in with mud up to his elbows, and so.
And RVs are not real likely to have a big enough tub to
Right.
wash your dogs
Yes.
in, or a tub at all for
Yes.
some people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That
that's-
would be a great feature.
Yeah, like I said, I've already got it. It's all up here. I just have to
You
get
have a great
him.
vision.
Yeah.
What's this room?
I call it the clubhouse. Technically, it's not big enough for any large groups, but I know that some groups travel and like to have a gathering place or whatever. This will never suffice for, like I said, much of anything larger than 8 or 10 people.
It has a nice bathroom
But
over
it
here
does,
too.
yeah, and like I said, but I want, everybody's welcome to it. It really, it's time of the day for night, because, it's just, I want it to be accessible and everybody, like I said, have a place to go. If they're trying, like I said, 8 or 10 people, want to have dinner together, it's perfect location. It's too hot outside and don't want to fight the flies or whatever, then they can come in here and.
You've got the big fire pit outside too, next to the pool
Yes,
and the,
yes. The pavilion.
the little
Yeah,
pavilion.
covered, yeah. And like I said, that hasn't come quite as far as what I visioned. But like I said, there again, lack of, funds, just trying to stretch our budget as far as we can, and still have something that's, nice and adaptable. But in the future, I have a lot better ideas for it. But
You do daily, you do weekly, you do monthly, correct?
yes,
And monthly, did I overhear you say everything's included?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that includes all of your utilities, full use of all the facilities.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
we're just like
nice.
that. We're just trying, and like I said, we are not trying to make $1 million. We just need it to pay for itself.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. So
Okay.
We saw the large patio area with the old truck. What is that going to become over
that
there?
is going to be our snow cone van.
How fun!
It's Snow Me snow cones instead of Show Me.
Yeah.
Missouri, it's Snow Me.
Very
So,
good.
Very clever.
So yeah.
Got some cute furniture over there on that pad over there.
There again, that was a landing spot for all my patio furniture at my other house because we had a wraparound front porch and a pool, and so I had no idea I'd accumulated so much stuff. But it looked so good on my front porch. It was all decorated and it just, it fit.
So you changed quite a bit in your own lifestyle in order to build this.
Yeah, pretty dramatic. I guess not any more so than selling your permanent residence and,
And all your stuff to become
Yeah.
full-time RVers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very similar, I would guess. Because like I said, we stayed in our little 15-foot vintage camper for 6 months. And when we started, we didn't have electricity on site, no water. There was nothing running yet. No infrastructure was complete when we started.
Wow.
So we would work from time the sun came up till way past the sun going down, and it'd be 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and we're thinking, great, we haven't even showered yet. Whose house are we gonna go shower at? Wonder who's up.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, you've done a good job with what you have so far. I think it's nice. Even just as staying here, I can see your vision back in the back, on the sites and things like that. And it's like, wow, look at all the potential that's here.
Yeah. Because, like I said, another one of those things that you contemplate, okay, because you want to please everybody, but you can't. So I'm constantly asking people, for suggestions. And I'm always one of my most curious things that I want to know, how do you feel about trees? Because I have a lot of people, that I guess maybe aren't true RVers. They don't it's local people driving by. And they're like, man, you don't have hardly any trees. But if you ask someone that's an actual RVer, their response is they don't really love trees. They like the shade, who doesn't in the dead heat of summer. But unless they're trimmed and maintained, you have the threat of scratching your RV. And like I said, I can't control a limb breaking and, so that's one of those things that you just really, that's that fine line. What do you do? So, my goal is to, put a lot of ornamental trees throughout, because they can grow large enough that they still give you that, a little bit of a shade.
Yeah,
and
you get mixed reactions with people that want trees. They want trees, they want the shade, and then you have people that say they don't want trees because the slide outs won't come out all the way.
Slide outs,
They'll block their satellite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it really is. How do you, you know, so you kind of have a little bit of that and a little bit of this.
Yeah.
You try to make it, you know, appealing to everybody, but, you know, and we've been so fortunate. I mean, you know, we haven't been here very long, but everybody has just been so, you know, complimentary of everything we've done so far. And I do appreciate that, because I really only see what needs to be done. Yeah. You know,
Is that the mister?
Yes. He likes to show off.
There's a big old truck. It's for Dale's. What is it? Oh, Dale's. There it is, right there on your shirt.
Dale's Garage and Towing.
Garage and Towing. I was trying to get a hold of you.
I don't know what he's.
What's your website?
www.campmicasa.com.
And you're on Facebook.
Yes.
Kind of.
What else? What do I need? You know, what can I tell everybody on a daily basis that's something new?
Phone number for reservations? I mean, you can do it online.
Yes.
Through the website.
You can do online reservations. Our phone number is 417-358-7829, which spells stay. Yeah. So 358-STAY, you know, try to get a catchy. That was a challenge in itself, trying to get a phone number that wasn't already taken, that, you know, spelled
something,
Route 66 or V66, something. But
okay, real quick, coming to stay here, what's there to do in Carthage and Joplin in Southwest Missouri?
Lots. Like I said, I always try, you know, obviously our courthouse, we have a very nice historic, you know, people are still utilizing our square. You know, there's still businesses on every side of the square that's up and running. Lots of antique flea markets. If you like antiquing, this is definitely a place to come. We have a really neat area called Red Oak 2, which is it's a man-made community. Lowell Davis is a local artist who he had a vision and created a community out there that people actually live in, but it's also a tourist attraction. We are home to Precious Moments Chapel, which is the Precious Moments figurines. They're again local artist, Sam Butcher, from this area, and built his you know, his chapel out there and gift shop. And definitely, like I said, it's definitely worth seeing, because the murals were hand painted, which is pretty impressive. Once you see them, you can understand, you can appreciate. Like I said, you know, obviously Route 66, we're right next door to the Route 66 drive-in theater that is still operation and functioning. It usually opens late March, 1st of April, and runs through about September. And it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday showing. If it is a holiday weekend, he will usually have a Monday showing as well. So we have a Civil War museum. You know, there was activity, you know, Civil War, you know, we do Civil War enactments in the area because of the history.
And all the lakes and rivers.
Yes. We have a local man-made lake, Kellogg Lake. It's on, if you're traveling Route 66, you will pass it on there. We are going to have a pond on the north side of the park. Hopefully, like I said, this summer. I'm in line. I put myself on the list for the excavator to come in. So he tells me right now it's about a month out, but you know, you can't believe anything anybody says. Yeah, so, and like I said, we're going to stock it and have, you know, accessible for people staying here to, and like I said, there again, it'll be a challenge, you know, we'll have to get some fencing and, you know, because, you know, right close to the road, and you know, don't want just everybody showing up, so we want it accessible for our guests.
So this is a place to definitely keep your eye on because it's already awesome and it has so much more yet to come.
Yeah, like I said, you had mentioned the concrete patio with the furniture and where the snow cone van is. In the future, I don't know how near or far, we would like to put a general store. That would be accessible for have just everyday items that you could maybe deli sandwiches, something fun and.
All that comes with time
yes,
and money. Yeah.
Yes.
One step at a time.
Yes. Yeah. And like I said, and that's our, I want to be able everything we earn and make from this place, I want to be able to put back into it until I can say, okay, we've accomplished what we set out to do. Yeah. People ask, about storm shelters and such, and we do. Like I said, we're fortunate. We have, our bathhouse is a concrete block building. Definitely would be the safest place in the area. I don't know of any campground in our area that has an actual storm shelter.
Well, thank you for letting us talk to you about this.
One other thing, you can now also be found on Our Village.
ourvillage.com.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're up and running on there. I put you on there.
Tom got you hooked up on Our Village.
You.
So that's a good place because a lot of people use that as a reference.
Yeah, like I said, and that was one I wasn't familiar with. So yeah, I'm anxious to get on there and check it out. So
you got it. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. We appreciate all of your information and help and your time chatting with us.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys very much.